Hello guys, ZTech99 here and welcome to today's video, and today we're finally doing it. It is our tips and predictions for the 2025 NRL Grand Final. There's only two teams left. This decides everything. Let's go. So the way this video is going to be, we're going to be looking at all the matches that's going to take place on Grand Final Day. We'll briefly go past the State Championship and the NRLW Grand Final, and then go into the main game, the NRL Grand Final, and talk about what I think will happen, storylines, and usual stuff. So without further ado, let's get straight into it. Starting off the day, we have the NRL State Championship between the winners of the New South Wales Cup and the Queensland Cup for state pride. Well, kind of. As we have the winners of the New South Wales Cup, the New Zealand Warriors, taking on the winners of the Queensland Cup, the Burleigh Bears. The Warriors have been the absolute forefront of the New South Wales Cup competition, who kind of just breezed past the league to win minor premiership and then just go on to win the grand final 30-12 over the St George Illawarra Dragons. Whilst the Burleigh Bears in the Queensland competition also kind of did the same thing. They just about won the minor premiership by one competition point, and they would go on to beat the second place team, the North Devils, 22-8 in their grand final. It will be very interesting to see how the Bears do play this out, but I just think that overall, I think the New South Wales Cup team is pretty darn good, and I think they're just kind of going to run away with it, so I'm thinking that they're going to win 13 plus, so yeah. There we go into the second game, which is of course the NRLW Grand Final between the Sydney Roosters and the Brisbane Broncos. The Sydney Roosters are looking for a bit of a rarity in rugby league. They are looking for an absolute perfect season. Won all 11 games in the regular season to secure the minor premiership, and they just got over the line over the Sharks in their finals game. So here they are, they're looking to make it a perfect 13-0 against the Brisbane Broncos, who have definitely got some firepower beside them as well. Only losing one game this year, being to the Roosters, but they have gone and smashed the Knights going into this grand final. And to be honest, it is probably fair. It is the two best teams, and honestly, we're going to be seeing this grand final for the next couple of years. So be very interesting to see how this does go down. However, I think that the Broncos will win this grand final, ruining the Roosters' perfect season. As I believe, I don't know, Tamika Raptor's probably just going to do a madness, because that's what she usually does, because she's that good. So now, on to the main game. Both teams won their qualifying final and advanced to home prelims. The Storm were able to just edge out to the Cronulla Sharks in a bit of a sloppy game, but the Sharks just couldn't get past the Storm line, and the Storm eventually got over the line. Whilst Brisbane, in their match, had a bit of a slow first half, but then galvanised to end the Penrith Panthers dynasty. Well, end is a bit of a controversial claim, because, I mean, they're still probably one of the best teams in the competition, so they will be back. But yeah, so it's going to be a Brisbane Broncos, Melbourne Storm Grand Final. Welcome back to 2006. And history is kind of against the ladder positioning of the Broncos, because the last time a team outside of the top two won the grand final was the Sharks in 2016. And in the NRL era, only 3 teams have won from 4th. The 2002 Roosters, the 2005 Tigers, and the 2009 Melbourne Storm, but there's a bit of an asterisk on that one. In terms of team news, there's not really that much changes. The only real thing you can talk about is Patrick Carrigan is now back in the team after serving his suspension. If I had to pick 2 players from each team that are most likely to get the Dally M, I think it's going to be Reece Walsh and Payne Haas for Brisbane. And for the Storm, I'm going to say it's going to be either Cameron Munster, Jerome Hughes. You can even slide in Harry Grant there for a top 5. So, now what do I think will happen? This is going to be a very close game. It's honestly could be a one that does end up going to extra time, just because of how good and close both teams have been. Currently, the Storm are the favourites coming into it, because it was a bit of a less chaotic match compared with the match with the Broncos and the Panthers. And also, the Storm have 2 rest days, which is crucial in this. For me, and I'm going to make this pretty clear just for the sake of clarity, there are 2 outcomes. Oh, shocker. But what I mean is there's a grand final winner that I think will happen, and the one which I kind of want. So I'm going to say this, as much as I do want the preferable option being the Broncos win this, I'm going to predict the Melbourne Storm are going to win this grand final. I just think the rest days have been very important for them, and I think they could be able to soak up the pressure from Brisbane. So I'm going to say the NRL 2025 grand final winners are the Melbourne Storm. But I don't want that. So yeah, that is it. Who do you guys have in this grand final? Let me know in the comments below. Thank you all very much for watching. And I guess I'll see you for the Pacific Championships.